Welcome to Besta, where biology's the scene, breaking down cells, DNA in the machine. From Eucope systems to how life began, follow the chain, understand the plan.
G'day everyone, my name's James Besta and welcome back to Besta Biology. In today's episode we're diving into the building blocks of life, proteins. If you're studying VCE biology or just curious about how proteins work, stick around because we'll break down the essentials of proteins from their building blocks to enzymes. Let's get started. Proteins are essential to every living organism, but what are they made of? It all starts with amino acids. They're the monomers that make up polypeptide chains forming the proteins. Amino acid is an organic molecule. It's got a central carbon atom bonded to an amino group. It's got a carboxyl group, a hydrogen atom, and then there's the variable R group. Let's look at a diagram of one. Now it's this R group that we see at the bottom that's going to make each amino acid unique. There's 20 different amino acids, and the properties of each one of these comes from the structure of its R group. So all the different elements that are going to make up this R group, they're going to affect the properties of how the protein folds and therefore the function of each of these different proteins. So these amino acids link together through covalent bonds, referred to as peptide bonds. They form what's called a polypeptide chain. But here's the thing, these chains don't stay linear. They're going to fold, twist into complex shapes. That's what creates a functional protein. There are 4 levels of protein structure or hierarchy. Let's break each of these down. First, we have the primary structure. This is simply the sequence of amino acids in the polypeptide chain. It's determined by the gene that encoded the protein. This sequence is crucial. One small change, like a mutation, can alter the function of the protein. Think of sickle cell anemia. A single amino acid change can cause severe health issues in the person. Next is the secondary structure. This is where the polypeptide chains begin to fold into more stable shapes, like alpha helices and beta pleated sheets. These are formed due to hydrogen bonds forming between the different amino acids. These shapes help give the protein stability as it continues to fold further. The tertiary structure refers to the overall 3D shape of the entire polypeptide. This is where interactions between the R groups come into play. We see hydrophobic and hydrophilic interactions. We see covalent disulfide bridges starting to form. This is all leading to the protein achieving its final shape. This 3D structure is what gives a protein its functional abilities, such as an active site of an enzyme where reactions can form. So here's an exam tip. When asked what hierarchical level a protein is functional on, it's this one, the tertiary level. Finally, some proteins have a quaternary structure. This is where multiple polypeptide chains come together to form a functional protein. Hemoglobin, the protein responsible for carrying oxygen in your blood, is a great example of this. It's made of 4 different subunits combined together. And here's something to think about. If a protein doesn't fold properly, it can lead to diseases like Alzheimer's. This is where misfolded proteins clump together and disrupt the cell's function. Now, proteins aren't just static molecules. The set of proteins in a cell, called the proteome, can vary depending on environmental conditions, developmental stages, or even the specific needs of a cell. This flexibility is what allows cells to specialize and carry out different functions. Proteins do more than you might think. They play critical roles in almost every biological process. Let's have a look at some different examples. So, we've got a range of different proteins listed here. We have structural proteins like collagen, which are going to provide support for your tissue. We've got transport proteins, like we mentioned earlier, hemoglobin, carrying oxygen all throughout your body. We have signaling proteins, such as insulin. They can help regulate processes like your glucose metabolism. We have immune proteins, antibodies, etc., that are going to help defend against pathogens. We also have motor proteins, like actin and myosin. They're responsible for muscle contraction. Lastly, there is another category that's extremely important. And one of the most important types of proteins are enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts, speeding up chemical reactions in the body without being used up themselves. They're crucial in everything from digestion to metabolism. Each enzyme has a specific shape and function, fitting into its substrate like a lock and key. This is why they're so efficient in speeding up reactions like breaking down food or replicating DNA. Alright, let's recap everything we've covered today. First, we learnt that proteins are built from smaller units called amino acids. These amino acids link together through peptide bonds to form a polypeptide chain, which folds into complex shapes to become those functional proteins we need. The R group of each amino acid is so crucial and gives it its unique properties. And those properties play a key role in how the protein folds and functions. Then we broke down the 4 levels of protein structure. Our primary structure is the sequence of amino acids in a polypeptide. It's crucial because even a small change can lead to serious consequences such as sickle cell anemia. Our secondary structure was the local folding patterns. We have our alpha helices and beta pleated sheets. These are stabilized by hydrogen bonds and give the protein much needed stability. Our tertiary structure was the overall 3D shape of the protein, formed by interactions between those crucial R groups. This structure determines how a protein functions, including forming active sites in enzymes. Our quaternary structure, for some proteins, multiple polypeptide chains coming together to form a functional unit, like hemoglobin with its 4 subunits. Next, we explored the idea of the proteome. It's the full set of proteins produced by an organism. The proteome is dynamic and can change in response to the environment or the needs of the cell, making proteins highly versatile molecules. We highlighted the various functions proteins can perform. They can provide structure to cells and tissues, transport molecules, send and receive signals, protect the body, and even cause movement. We wrapped up by focusing on one of the most critical types of proteins, enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts speeding up chemical reactions, allowing crucial processes to occur like digestion, metabolism, and DNA replication. So, to sum it all up, understanding a protein's structure and function is a key stepping stone for you to understand how life itself works. So that wraps it up. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more Best of Biology content. Drop any questions in the comments, I'd love to help. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Best of biology, when how to unite. A journey of discovery, reaching new heights. Every molecule, every cell we explore, unlock the universe, he was in store.